From a very young age, I felt sort of this calling to the outdoors. However, I didn't have very many opportunities to actually explore that passion. As somebody from a lower income background and also being a person of color, there was a lot of factors that led to those barriers. People who look like me don't typically engage in the outdoors, and I think that for my family at least, it was a deep fear. There's been a lot of harm perpetuated against Black folks in outdoor spaces, and shielding me from those environments was their way of protecting me. It wasn't until high school that I was able to self-seek such environmental learning opportunities. I attended the Maine Environmental Changemakers gathering, the Tanglewood 4-H Center in Maine. It's incredibly empowering seeing people who actually look like you in the work that you're invested in. To see people who are leaders in environmental advocacy was an amazing first touch point into environmental justice organizing. After the Changemakers gathering, I founded my school's multicultural student union. I felt really empowered and backed by my community to go to the school board and superintendent. I drafted a list of demands to be met that would foster a more culturally inclusive environment. It was really awesome to see how impactful community organizing could be. I was awarded a fellowship position with the Maine Environmental Education Association, where I now work. It was a dream of ours to see climate education as something that all youth in the state could have access to. And that dream really has now turned into a legislative effort. I was a part of the planning team for a Youth Day of Action that we had at the State House. We were able to rally over 100 youth educators, and if not for that action, I don't know if the legislators who actually voted would have known how important that bill was to our state. This is an investment in not only educators and not only students, but in Maine as a whole, and now is a law. There's over $2 million which is being allocated for climate education here in the state of Maine.
How are you? Today we are here at Tanglewood, and we will be meeting about 60 new environmental change makers to kick off our cohort for this year.
We're so excited and grateful to have you all here and to connect in community with us this weekend. It's going to be a weekend.
Amara is very courageous, and her leadership is very courageous, and it's very inspiring for other people to see her in that role as a young person making major change in the environmental movement.
I am so grateful for the role that I hold in the Changemakers Network, where at 16, I attended my first gathering, and now at 20, I'm the director of the network. Take a step forward if you feel more connected with the environmental movement in Maine. To have been able to allow my passions for racial justice to intersect with my passions for protecting and preserving the environment. I don't think I would be in a place of appreciation and love and commitment to this state if I was not in the organizing work that I am in now to connect with these youth of diverse backgrounds and show them your voice is needed, your voice matters, and let them know, hey, the work is going to be hard, but it's going to be better with you in it.